Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 23 of What If Naruto Was the Otsutsuki King. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Pushed Himself to His Limit that I posted over on Anime King 2. And I also post a new episode of What If Naruto Was Born in the Uzumaki clan on this channel. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy, guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all for helping and support. And also, stay in tune for What If Naruto had divine powers that I'm going to be posting over on Anime King 2. So stay tuned for that and enjoy. But without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Let's begin the intro. So, the last time we left off, Naruto removed his coat to show that he wasn't wearing a shirt underneath. When the coat dropped to the ground, all of them were shocked except for his group, as the thing buried into the ground, creating a sizable crater. As Mei couldn't wonder, how the hell was he wearing something like that the entire time, as Mai was equally shocked. Naruto flashed away as he didn't use any hand signs. That must be teleportation because they didn't even see anything. That couldn't be speed. As he appeared in front of Yagura, who didn't waver. As Naruto then looked at him, he smiled and went off, as Yagura sent his force to attack. But Naruto told Sasuke to go ahead as he sat down. As Mei couldn't believe it, this boy was so arrogant, pushing things to the point where he's basically sitting down in front of thousands of shinobis. As Sasuke started to assault the battle, the ones that got by, as some of them appeared behind Naruto. Mei watched as the man was about to hit Naruto, but the man then started to burn. As Mei couldn't believe it, he didn't have her bloodline, but he could utilize lava and steam at a different level. As Naruto joined the battle after 7 ninja swordsmen appear as Sasuke and Zabuza went to take them on. Naruto created a large tree that started to fire off spikes. It killed its opponent and then used its body as a rabid creature started to attack their own. As Yagura was pissed as he channeled up the beast chakra inside of him, destroying the tree. Him and Naruto then started to battle, as Naruto started to slaughter all of his men on the field. Mei and the others were watching in shock. By the time Naruto was done, it was only hundreds of them, reduced from 5,000 to hundreds, as Mei and her man intervened and dealt with the rest of them, subduing them. As Naruto took on Yagura, the both of them started to battle. Yagura summoned up a large portion of his chakra to create a giant water spear in the air that he brought down on Naruto, as it made contact. As Mei saw Naruto on the ground thinking that it was over, but they heard snoring, as they couldn't believe it. The kid was actually pretending to be sleeping in the battle. As Naruto got up, that infuriated Yagura, as Yagura exploded with the Bijou chakra inside of him, as he turned to the three-tailed turtle. As Naruto and Turtle started a battle, Naruto realized something scanning Yagura's body, seeing that the three-tailed turtle didn't have any mind of its own. It was being controlled, and so was Yagura. But it didn't matter, as Naruto created a giant sword in the air made from his golden chakra. The thing was enormous as the Bijou bomb fired off at him. The sword split the Bijou bomb in half and stabbed right into the turtle with a massive explosion that shook the entire seaboard. As the thing was devastated, the only thing was remaining was the three-tailed turtle chakra that was going to manifest, but it wouldn't take a time. When Naruto held up his hand as a cube was created, it trapped the chakra inside, as Naruto shrank the cube as he took it. Sometime later, there was a group of stone ninjas. Before all of this started, when Naruto just barged into this place, some of the people didn't like him, and they gave out valuable information to his stone ninjas for the right price. and the stone ninjas were preparing to finish him off once and for all. So yeah guys, so it's basically as we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. Mei was currently sitting down in her tent, behind her decks, as Naruto was sitting in front of her. It was currently night, as there was a storm raging outside, as the rain was falling rather hard. As she had an angry look on her face looking at Naruto. What is it now, she asks. I have already given you what you want for helping us and thanking you. So what else do you want? Oh, nothing much. You see, my friends are going back to Konoha soon, and I have a proposition to make you happy, along with the Hokage, because she's gonna be pissed at me, seeing that I take so long to return with the Uchiha. And what kind of proposition is that? Well, listen up, Naruto said. Moments later, Naruto was currently lying down on a bed. The group will be setting out tomorrow. Seeing that the rain was storming, they will stay in the here for tonight, as the ninjas already start to enter the real village of Kiri and clean up everything, as they started to remove all of Yagura's control over the city. The people of the village were mostly civilians that were left, and the few loyalists that belonged to Yagura, they've all been weeded out, as they realized that Yagura was gone now, and they're going to be fall under a new control. As Naruto was in a rather large tent, the tent had sections, as they were connected to one another, so his teammates could walk inside. As Naruto was lying there, he heard something but he didn't move. As Fu slowly made her way over to him, she didn't say a single word though, as she cozily got into bed with him. What are you doing, Naruto asked as he slowly opened his eyes. Fu was surprised as she thought that he was sleeping. I thought that you were asleep, she said. So that is why you crawled into bed with me, he asked. Well, it's not that, I'm cold, she said. And the blanket, it's not helping. I read something in a book once, that the human body give off heat, and when two human beings combine together, they give off a special heat. I believe that can warm me up. So that is why I came in here. I thought I would just surprise you when you'd wake up the next morning to see me here. So, can I stay, she asks. It's fine, Naruto said. She smiled widely as she wrapped her arms around him and placed her head on his chest to get some warmth. Sasuke was currently asleep in his room, but although his senses were still on high alert, anything could set him off. Karin was fast asleep along with Yukimaru and Guren, as Mei and the others had turned in for the night. Meanwhile, outside in the pouring rain, there was 5 stone ninjas. Commander, one of them said. Yes, let's begin now. Naruto and his group tent was set up right into the middle of the Revolution Square, as everyone else was around it. This blast must be contained to focus on him inside, to make sure you get more probability of killing him. As his subordinate nodded, the commander looked. Is all of them set? Yes sir, he said. Begin then. The 4-man then quickly went through hand sign. As they leaped through the bushes, they landed on 4 equal sides of the tents. As they slammed their hand on the ground, suddenly a blue barrier erupted, trapping Naruto and his squad inside. Karin snapped open her eyes as she could feel the fluctuation of chakra. She quickly got out as she saw the blue light. Looking outside, she realized they were trapped in some kind of a barrier. She rushed to Naruto's room as she saw Naruto getting up, with Fu getting up off his chest. She wondered what happened, but she had no time to think about that. Sasuke came bursting in as his sword was clenched in his hand. Guren rushed inside. She looked around. Where's Yukimaru, she said. I'm right here, he said as he stepped inside. Before anything would happen, as the man outside, his name was Ozaru. He had short, black hair. He was a captain of this squad. Brown eyes as he was wearing the standard Jonin uniform of Satan Stone. The man slammed his hands together as explosive notes started to appear all around the barrier, flooding inside. Keep the chakra going, he said, as his man saluted him as they pumped more chakra to keep the barrier up. It then went off. Release. A massive explosion that shook the ground. The explosion was so massive it went underground, breaking up. As people had to run out of their homes, the entire place was shaking like a massive sized earthquake had went off. Mei and Mai were already outside with Kojiro and Ao. As Ao scanned the area, he was shocked as he saw the barrier and the smoke inside. It was inside where Naruto and his group were. They took the full brunt of the attack. As Mai and Mei couldn't believe what they were seeing. Was this one of Yagura's loyalists? But when was this set up? Suddenly she saw the barrier started to descend down. The place was still filled with smoke. As the man, Ozaru, jumped out, Mei quickly scanned the man. As she noticed his headband, the hidden stone. Mai pulled a kunai, but Mei grabbed her hand. Why are you holding me back, sister? They saved us, and these bastards, they killed them. I know what you're probably feeling right now, but we can't do anything against the hidden stone. We just recently came out of a civil war. He is a missing nin by their status. That is why they came here to end his life. As Ozaru turned towards them, sorry for the problem, he said, but he had an arrogant smirk on his face. None of your villagers or your people were harmed, so this has nothing to concern with you. It has nothing to do with us. You killed our friend, Mai said. As Ozaru turned towards her with a nasty glare. So are you friends that missing nin that destroyed countless of life in the hidden stone? Meanwhile, Byakugan said Ao as he scanned the area. As Ao was surprised to what he saw, Ozaru smirked. Mission accomplished, boys. It's time to report it. He couldn't get to finish that sentence as his men were pulled into the smoke by something that grabbed onto their feet as he heard their terrified scream. And then nothing. It was then they felt it. An ominous chakra. It pulled over the entire area. As the man quickly tried to back away, but he hit his foot on a stone and fell down to the ground. He saw things. He saw himself dying 100 times over. This chakra felt abnormal. He felt like he was going to die. Mai and Mei stepped back as well, as even on the battlefield they never felt this power before. What was this? Meanwhile, Fu opened her eyes slowly. Where are we? She said. Looking around, she saw Sasuke. She saw Karin and Guren and Yukimaru. Wait, where is he? Where is Naruto? She said as Yukimaru looked down. The group then felt it as they had to squint as the pressure nearly blew them away. As Karin started to shiver a bit as Sasuke placed a hand on her shoulder. What is going on? He's angry, said Karin. As the group realized that they were on a far mountain a distance away. But how exactly did they get here? Meanwhile, the chakra simply vanished and the ominous aura vanished. As Ozaru picked himself up, he looked at the face of Mei and Mai to see that they were terrified as well. He thought that he got the boy. When the smoke cleared, nothing was there. Except for the large massive crater. The tent was completely obliterated. But Naruto was standing in all of that chaos. The glow energy just flowing around his body. He had a serious expression on his face. Ozaru tried to back away, but the moment he made one step, he blinked. When he blinked, Naruto was gone. He then felt a hand on his shoulder. As the hand forced him down to the ground, he winced out in pain as his collarbone was snapped. As he looked up at those eyes, something that he's never seen before. As Naruto's eyes were different. A power that far surpassed the Rinnegan. Something that this world has never seen before. Naruto grabbed Ozaru by the head. The man shaking in uncontrollable fear. As he started to beg, please, please, please don't kill me, he begged on his knees. Trying to hurt me is one thing, but going after my friends, Naruto whispered in a cool and deadly tone. You're already dead, Naruto said. Ozaru felt something ripping into his mind, and then it was gone. Naruto released the man's face and started to walk away. Ozaru thought that he was going to let him go, but he would take this chance. He got up and started to run, as he started to hop away on a tree branch. But the second step he took, he fell off the tree branch as he dropped to the ground, clutching his heart. His entire body started to swell up. Mei and Mai watched along with Ao and the others. as he simply exploded. Guts and blood rained everywhere. Before they could see Naruto's eyes, it shifted back into his normal golden eyes. The oppressing aura, the golden aura simply vanished. As Mai went up to him, "Are you okay?" she asked. And she was confused as hell. "I'm fine," he said. How did you survive?" Naruto heard crying. The moment he turned, Fu crashed right into him. But he didn't waver. He stood tall as he held her. She started to cry. I thought I lost you," she said, as she was crying hard. As Naruto simply patted her head. "Don't worry, I'm fine," he said. As Gurren and Karen came down there, Karen was still shivering. "To think, all this time I've been with you. You never actually got angry," she said. As the power she felt a bit ago was something beyond. Naruto looked around to see these ninjas still looking at him as they were all scared. One glance from him caused all of them to back away. "What exactly just happened?" said Mai as she walked up. "Yeah, how did you survive that?" said Mei. "And how did we end up there?" said Sasuke. "It's obvious, he teleported us some way. But that fast, I didn't even see it." "Well, one of my many tricks," said Naruto, making all of them sigh except for Fu, who was still crying. This was always with him, always hiding most of his abilities. As Sasuke knew for a certain now, in their fight, Naruto's never nearly shown all of his power. But what exactly did he just use? Because they didn't even see him move, they were just teleported up there. "I guess we're gonna need a new tent to sleep for night," Naruto said. Mei looked up. "The rain stopped," she said. "So sudden." "Oh, I was the one that did that," Naruto said. "Don't want to get myself wet." "Wait, when?" she asked. "Right before the explosion." "Wait, that doesn't make any sense," said Mei. "How did you..." "No, I'm confused. How did you get all of them out of there, protecting yourself and stopping rain at the same time?" "Well, all a part of my secrets," Naruto said, as she clenched her fist in anger. Time skip. The next day, Tsunade was curled at her desk as she was going through some paperwork. She sighed as this job was getting really exhausted. As Jiraiya and Mito had returned some time ago, as the girl has gotten strong, incredibly strong. She was able to keep up with Kakashi and even subdue him at a limit, even though they were not fighting to kill each other. But the girl has gotten incredible. It seems like Jiraiya really taught her everything. Well, she wanted to become as strong as her brother, which Tsunade highly doubt. But still, that was a good aim to hope for. But at least she was getting there. She was becoming stronger and stronger. As Tsunade sighed, she looked at her desk. It was another report from the council. They had been hassling her ever since Naruto took Sasuke away. That brat, wait until she get her hands on him. She will surely make him pay. As he promised that he will return Sasuke exactly 3-year time. But where is he? Up to this point she hasn't heard a word from him. As nothing major has been going on, at least he's been going under the radar. Suddenly there was a knock on her door. "Come in," she said. As Kakashi walked into the room. "Kakashi, have you done what I asked?" she said. "Yes, it seems the rumors are true. There has been sightings of Naruto near the border of Kiri. But it is more than that. The Civil War is now over, and the intel is that Naruto was involved in it. Well, considering how powerful that brat is, there's no doubt that he could end that Civil War. But for which side?" "Well, for the rebellions," Sasuke said. "Did you really think that he would work for Yagura? There's no telling what that brat is thinking. He just took Sasuke right under my nose, and now I have no idea where he is." "Have you managed to get in detail where he is?" "Not exactly," said Kakashi. "Well, I don't fault you on that. Not even Jiraiya was able to find him." "Well, they did have sightings of him, but it seems like he just fell off the map most of the time. Like he went underground or something. I still have no idea where he is." Suddenly an envoy flashed into the room. "Hokage-sama," he said. "What is it, boy?" she asked. Ninjas approaching from the east. They were stopped by Nico envoy squad. One of them is the one that you banished, and the Uchiha. Tsunade had a smile on her face. as she was happy to hear that Sasuke was back. No, those damn elders can get off her back. Let him come, she said. Let Naruto Uzumaki come in the village, he said to the envoy. Are you sure, Hokage-sama? Yes, I want to have a word with him. The envoy nodded and headed off. Hokage-sama, said Kakashi. What about the thing with him and the stone? Well, he's not going to stay long. I just want to talk to him. As Kakashi paled, seeing that look on her face. Meanwhile, tell me why we're going here again, said Goren. Well, I have some solo things to take care of, Naruto said. But when are you coming back, Fu asked. I already told you that I don't know, Fu, but I'll drop in every now and then. What about him, Sasuke said. You promised me that you'd find him. Sasuke, I told you that when you were strong enough you will be able to fight him. And I believe you are. So what now then, Sasuke asked. That is one of my solo things. I'll go and find him. And you're also going to go to the Hidden Stone, are you? As the group looked at him. Are you really thinking of going there? I don't want you to get hurt, Fu said. Naruto smiled at her. Don't worry, I'll be fine. As Goren scratched the back of her head. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but how are you gonna convince Hokage to make us stay in the village? It's not like you're on good terms with her, you're a missing nin. Don't worry, I had that handled, Naruto said. As he saw the envoys landing in front of them. Ah, the welcome party, he said. Uzumaki Naruto, you and your company come with me, said Bor. As Naruto looked at him, is Hokage inviting me in, Naruto asked. Yes, she is. Goren was surprised as she did not understand. Why would the Hokage invite a missing nin that is wanted by the Hidden Stone? She sighed as she just went with it. Moments later, they finally make it at the gates. Izumo and Katetsu stop. As they look. Wait, who is that? I have no idea, said Katetsu. Wait a minute, look at his face. Just imagine his hair, a lot redder. And him a bit smaller. And think of it, who do you see? Wait, it can't be. Is that Naruto? I believe so. What happened to his hair? And he got tall. That's not what you should be asking, said Izumo. What is he doing here? Isn't he a banished ninja? Well, I have no idea, said Katetsu. Well, at least the envoys are escorting them. Look, as he saw the envoys on the building top. There must be something going on. Well, we're not gonna find out stuck in here. Yeah, sometimes gate guarding really sucks, said Katetsu. As Izumo nodded with that. As Naruto was walking through the village, he saw that most people were not really paying attention to him. Yes, they were looking to see who this group was. But because of his hair changes and him growing up a bit, it seems like most of them doesn't even recognize him. Naruto looked down his arm as a seal appeared. He quickly sent chakra to the seal. Meanwhile, Mito jumped out of the way as Kiba came barreling down into the ground. He digged himself out, Getsuga, he said, as he smashed right into her as she was sent slamming into a tree. Come on, that can't be all you got. I saw you sparring with Kakashi, said Kiba. You're right. Kiba was shocked. What the hell? As a kunai was pressed at his throat. I didn't even sense you, he said. Well, the best thing for ninjas to do is to mask their presence. You have gotten strong, said Ino. Well, I can't deny that after I saw your battle with Kakashi. Well, she was training with a legendary Sannin. She has gotten a lot stronger, said Sakura. What about you, Sakura? You have been training with Lady Snaddy as well. You learn your medical ninjutsu and learn that super strength. Well, I'm not one to brag, said Sakura. Of course you are, said Ino. I wasn't talking to you, Ino pig. Yeah, forehead. They all stopped when they heard Mito speak. He's here. Huh? Who's here? Asked Ino. As Mito looked down. Moments later, Naruto found himself in the office. As the envoys were instructed to tell the others to wait outside, the Hokage wanted to talk to him alone. Stepping inside, he saw Tsunade standing. As she was looking at him with a smile. This smile was rather sweet. As he returned it with a smile of his own. So, you're back, she said. A banished ninja walked into the village like he owned the place. So what have you been up to, she asked. Oh, not much, Naruto said. Just going around, seeing the world and all that. Is that so, she said. Yeah, is there something Before Naruto could finish that sentence, Tsunade flashed in front of him. Meanwhile, Ino, Mito, and Sakura were rushing towards Hokage's tower when they saw something break right through the tower as the thing was sent sailing. What the hell was that, said Ino. I have no idea, said Sakura, as the thing crashed into the ground. A minute later, Naruto flashed back in the office. You have gotten faster, she said. I must say, he said as he settled down, you're quite strong. You're not something normal yourself, she said. Being able to take my punch and just shrug it off like that. Well, it did hurt. Well, I did focus some of my chakra. So, are you calm now, Naruto asked. I know that you're always mixed up in your emotions, so I allow you to hate me. So, you calm? I am far from calm, you brat. Do you know what the hell I've been through? Taking the Uchiha like that. The council's been on my back since you went off with him. Numerous times there were the orders to turn you into a missing ninja for Konoha, for them to send ninjas down to kill you. But I deny all of that because I know that you were just training Sasuke, and I knew that he wanted to go with you as well. You're lucky, brat. If it wasn't for that, Konoha will be on your back as well. So, yeah, I'm far from calm. Well then, I'll make you feel a lot better, Naruto says as he reached into his robe. As he pulled out a scroll, he placed on her decks. What's that? I come giving you peace offering. As Tsunade looked at the scroll and unrolled it. What the hell? How did you get this? Well, you see, I kind of help end the civil war in Kiri. And one of the requirements was after Kiri is rebuilt and everything is okay, seeing that it's one of the great 5 nations, it's gonna be allied with Konoha, helping you and helping themselves. Tsunade was shocked. Well, this doesn't make up for everything, she said. I also brought you some people that is going to join Konoha ranks. And who are they, she asked. Well, one of them is a 7-tailed Jinchuriki. Tsunade was shocked. What do you mean by 7-tailed Jinchuriki, she said, as she was still standing looking down at Naruto was sitting down on her couch. The 7-tailed Jinchuriki is in Take. Well, not anymore, Naruto said. What did you do, she asked. Don't worry, I didn't kill them. All. What do you mean all? Naruto raised his hand as he fired off a beam that hit Tsunade right on her forehead. It wasn't anything to harm her, but instantly he was surrounded, swords at his throat. What have you done to the Hokage? Bor asked. Can you calm yourself, Naruto said. You thought you guys were hiding, I know that you were there. And I didn't do anything bad, she just seen what happened. Tsunade blinked a few times. How could they do such a thing to a young girl like that, she said, in a soft voice. But she glared at Naruto. That still doesn't give you the right to paralyze a man. And you wipe their memories? All of them? Yes. They no longer remember about Fu. So her being here, it's a good status for Konoha, isn't it? And about that other one, she said. Guren, if I saw right. Yes. She has a rare bloodline, the crystal style. And the younger one, Yukimaru, he has a quite different chakra that is really potent. And these people are willing to be joining Konoha. Yes. And they can live at the Uzumaki compound, Naruto said, seeing how large the place is. Tsunade sighed as she waved her hands to Anbu's back away. No, I can't be so angry at you, she said. Has the Uchiha improved? A lot actually, Naruto said. You're lucky that you brought me so much good things, or I will be punching you some more. They then heard rustling. You can't go in there. Get out of my way, as the door was pushed open. Big brother! As Mito jumped on the couch, crashing into Naruto. Fu and the others came inside as well. I missed you, said Mito, as Naruto patted her on the head. It's been like a month, he said. Well, that was the last time you visited a month ago. As Naruto got up, as she smiled at him. Whoa, we're almost at the same height, she said, as he was still a bit taller than her. She touched his hair. More white is coming in. It wasn't this white before. There's just a bit of red left. I really don't know what is causing that, said Naruto. Naruto? Said a voice. As Naruto turned, the moment he turned he was embracing a tight hug. As he looked down at the person, Ino breaked her hug from him. as she smiled at him with a big smile on her face. It hasn't been so long, because true to his word, Naruto did keep in contact. He visited her every now and then, but it's been a while since she saw him. Even Sakura was smiling at him. "Hey there, Naruto." "Hey there, Sakura," Naruto said, as Fu stepped inside. "So, is this your sister?" As Fu scanned Mito up and down. "Yeah, I'm his sister." "And who are you?" asked Mito. "Well, I'm Fu. He's my new friend. So if you're his sister, do you want to be friends as well?" Mito was a bit confused, but she looked at Naruto. As she saw him, gave her a nod. This girl meant no harm. As Mito smiled, "Any friend of my brother is a friend of mine," she said. "So, what's your name?" "Oh, it's Fu." "Well, nice to meet you, Fu. My name is Mito Uzumaki." "Nice to meet you, Mito." "Hey, what's your name?" said Fu. "Ino Yamanaka." "Nice to meet you." "And what's your name?" "Sakura Haruno." "Nice to meet you." "Well, you are surely friendly," said Ino as she smiled at Fu. "Yeah, I like to have new friends, and I'm glad that all of you guys can be my friends." She then turned to Naruto with a bit of a sad look. "Did it work out?" As Naruto simply nodded a smile, she jumped up with a smile on her face. "No, we can all be friends," she said. "Huh, hyperactive one, isn't she?" said Ino. "So you're Guren," said Tsunade as she looked over Guren. "Yes, I am." "Has he told you everything?" "Yes." "And do you know if you follow up with any of those experiments or anything like that, you will be punished severely, right?" "I won't dream of it," said Guren. "And you, Karin, you went away without saying anything." "Well, he was the one who technically brought me here, so can't he take me away?" "No, that is not how things work." "Well, shouldn't you be cursed at him for that?" "I can't. The brat brought me good things." "And you, Uchiha," she said. As Sasuke stood there. "Well, at least you look like you have gotten a lot stronger." As she smiled at that. "Well, I guess something good did come out of this. You're lucky, brat. But you know you can't stay here for too long." As the girls pouted hearing that. "Don't worry," Naruto said. "I'll have this settled very soon." "And what do you mean by that?" said Tsunade. "Well, I mean that soon enough I can step in the village, and you won't have to see me as a threat worrying about the hidden stone." "What are you gonna do?" "Well, I can't exactly tell you yet. You don't want to be in conspiracy, right?" "Never mind," she said. "Do you have to go already?" said Mito. "Yeah, already," said Fu. "Don't worry, girls. I'll be back very soon." As Ino and the others pouted. "Where's Kakashi?" said Sasuke. "He's out in the village probably reading that book of his." "Well, I want to test myself against someone like him." "Wait, Uchiha, I want to see that battle as well, to know what rank you are," said Tsunade, "so I can decide what mission I must send you on." Ino came up near her as she hugged him one more time. "Come back soon, okay?" As this received jealous looks from Guren and Karin, while Fu was just smiling, as she saw Naruto as a bigger brother type. That is why soon enough she's gonna claim to be sister with Mito, and Mito would love that. It's just more people joining their little family. Mito smiled as she looked down. "And who are you?" she said. "Oh, hi there. My name is Yukimaru." "Nice to meet you, Yukimaru," said Mito. "I'll be back soon, guys. Don't worry." "Don't do anything stupid, kid," said Tsunade. "Wouldn't dream of it," Naruto said. And with that he vanished. A day later, Zetsu was in front of the masked man. It seems like he faced off against your puppet, at Kiri, and he stood no chance. The masked man had his back turned. "Yes, I saw the battle," he said. "To think that one boy possessed so much power. What exactly is he?" "I have no idea," said Black Zetsu. "Maybe it's an alien," said White Zetsu. "Be quiet," Black Zetsu said. "What? I'm a part of this conversation as well." "Be quiet," Black Zetsu said. White Zetsu simply sighed. As Toby stood there. This was getting really complicated. To learn that this boy's sister was a Jinchuriki, and knowing that this boy will stop at nothing to protect his sister, that means the moment they go after her or target her, he will be there. As Nagato think that he could take on this boy, which Toby highly doubt. Well, he would give Nagato his chance to try. But if he dies, that would be good for him as well. He can get his hands on those eyes. And maybe he'll be able to face him. No, he won't overestimate himself. The boy literally cut through dimension. And he still have no idea how the boy did that. This was just getting even more troublesome. "How is everything going along?" said Tobe. "Well, the operations have started. Data and software are already on their way. To catch you first, Jinjuliki. Inform me when it happens," Tobe said, as he disappeared in a swirling vortex. Black Zetsu was just thinking, racking his head. Things have gotten even worse than he thought. Over the 3 years, Naruto has become something dangerous. He has been watching and keeping his distance, only popping up a few times, masking himself completely with the earth, so that Naruto wouldn't sense him. And what he saw completely shocked him. And he saw something different last night. Strange eyes that he didn't even understand when the stone shinobi attacked Naruto. In fact, he was the one that gave away Naruto information. Not anyone of Kira, he was the one. But things backfired on him really quickly because none of them died. As he was hoping that one of them actually died. If Naruto really cared about them, he will go on a rage and attack the Hidden Stone. And then they will turn their full force on him. Up to this point, nothing brutal hasn't happened yet. But they did send 1,000 ninjas after him. But he squashed all of them, so Onki learned from his mistake. And he would never send a large group like that again. But what was he going to do now? He racked his head, trying to figure out what to do. How to slow down this boy. But nothing was coming to him. If he turned his sight on the operation of the Akatsuki, they would be done for. Because he know not even Nagato with the Rinnegan can stand up to him. There's only one person that can probably stand up to him, and that is Mother. She was the only one that can probably take him down. Because when he revived her, he doubted that he's going to want her to stay alive because of people in the cocoons. When he could simply free his sister, no. She would have to be dead for the extraction to be completed. As he shook his head, "Hey, what are you thinking about?" White Zetsu asked. "Be quiet," Black Zetsu said. "You be quiet," said White Zetsu. "What was that?" "Never mind," White Zetsu said. Meanwhile, Onki was currently walking towards his office, as he just entered the building. "So what happened?" asked Kurosaki as she was right beside him. "We haven't received any reports on the assassination squad that we sent back. It seems like he got to them. Or probably they're doing something to assassinate him and probably take some time. Don't lose faith yet, old man. We will get him. We will make him pay for his crime. If it's the last thing we will do, we will hunt him down to the end of this world," said Kurosaki. As the both of them stepped in the office. "You don't have to do that. I'm right here." The voice made the both of them stop a bit, as they turned their heads to see Naruto sitting down in the man's chair, with his feet propped up on a table. As Onki couldn't believe it. This was absurd. He looked around the room to see his envoys lying on the ground. Well, at least they weren't dead, they were unconscious. This boy literally stepped in the village, but how unalarmed, unnoticed, and was now sitting in his chair with his feet propped up on a table. He's quite bold. "You must be quite stupid to step and show your face in here," said Onki, "after what you've done." "You rotten bastard," said Kurosaki, as she looked at him. "You know many people that you kill? Poor families, children, mothers, fathers, husband. And how dare you step in here? Get out of his chair right now." Naruto paid her no mind. "I'm here to talk to you, old man. And let's get one thing straight. I never attacked your village." "What was that?" "I saw you. You spoke to me that day clearly. That was someone impersonating me, trying to get me loose from Konoha. Yes, I heard about your banishment a long while back, because Konoha knew that they couldn't afford a war with me. Well, it's not like they were afraid. If it was up to Konoha and this village, they would certainly crush you. Your ninjas aren't that strong." "You disrespectful runt," said Onki. "Well, I didn't came here to play or talk. I want you to release me from your bingo book, and stop sending your ninjas after me." Onki had to chuckle. This was certainly amusing for him to just step in here and demanding what he wants. "And what make you think I will do anything for you? You step in here. You realize something, right? You're not leaving alive." The moment he said that, a man flashed into the room beside him. Protocol 3 now. Right away, sir. As the man flashed away, but Naruto stayed there calm. Kurosaki narrowed her eyes. She could feel the ninjas coming, but he stood there like he didn't feel anything. These were all of the Protocol 3 ninjas, the top of the top, the elites of the elites. Well, their Jinjurikis were not in the village at the moment, but at least these ninjas were powerful. Each of them being an elite jonin, which she could safely say were far out of her league. I do not wish to kill any more of your people, Naruto said. This has all been one misunderstanding. So you're telling me you didn't kill my 1,000 man and broke Onedo? Well, I did. But I told them to run and surrender, but they didn't. Oniki looked at him. You are surely stupid to step foot in here. I don't know how you did, but you're not leaving here alive. And when I'm done with you, I'm going to find that sister of yours and make sure she pay as well. What did you just say? Said Naruto. I said I'm going to find that sister of yours and make sure she pay. I've been doing my research on you, boy. Naruto Uzumaki. Sister, Mito Uzumaki. I have not done anything because she has been on a training trip with Jiraiya Tasani. I've heard that she returned back to her home. Now going on regular missions. I will make sure to put out a kill on sight order for her. Seeing that this will be the last time you ever hear her name. You think that this village is like the Stone Village, right? Last time you managed to get in here and play tricks on people's mind. After further investigation, we realized it was explosive tags that you set everywhere. Not very impressive. But this village is not the Stone Village with those weak, retarded ninjas. Kurosaki felt a chill went down her spine as he suddenly went quiet, but it was the look on his face. His face just changed when her grandfather spoke of his sister. I am trying to be civil here because I want to be able to visit my sister and my friends. So I'm asking you to take my name out of your bingo book. That's not gonna happen, Oniki said. With all of my force, with all of my powers, Tsukage, I will crush you, boy, for all the sins that you have committed on this village. Is that so? With all the power you have, you will crush me. So you're telling me there was no way that you're going to drop my name from your bingo book and stop sending your ninjas after me? I told you, no. Alright then, Naruto said. He then got up as Kurosaki went into a stance. The entire building was surrounded by now. Ninjas were outside, right on the window. As they all had their weapons, all ready to strike. Oniki raised his hand as he started to float up in the air. Before anything, I must ask, how did you come in here without being detected? You threatened my sister's life, Naruto said, changing the subject. I came here to talk to you peacefully because I have things to do, but your stone ninjas are getting out of hand. If you don't want to remove my name by choice, I will make you forcefully remove it. With that, Naruto burst into light, pure light particles. Oniki watched the light particles shoot right through the ceiling and just vanish. What the hell? Said Kurosaki. What just happened? As the ninjas kept up their guard as they spread their senses around. Find him, said Oniki as most of them dispersed. He's gone. I can't even sense him anywhere, said Kurosaki. It seems like he does have some tricks up his sleeve. That explained how he was able to come in here. And not to mention from the report that he can fly as well. But you weren't really gonna fight him in here, were you? Didn't you read up on the protocols? Asked Oniki. Yes. Well, maybe. Yeah. Then tell me what is Protocol 3. Well, oh, I get it now. All of the civilians around this area has been put in the bomb shelters already. Yes. So we could have taken him out right here and there. The building could have been restored, but that damn brat managed to slip out of my palm once more. He will pay. I will not forgive this act. So many ninjas lost their life. He will pay for that. And what you said about his sister, are you really gonna go after her? It is a second option if we don't catch him. To capture his sister to allow him to surrender himself. But what about the hidden sound? The thing that he did there. He wouldn't even get the chance. Before that boy do anything, I would disintegrate him, said Oniki. If you say so, old man. Time skip. An hour later, Oniki was currently in his meeting room. Kurosaki was behind him. as she was trying to learn as best about the politics and everything of the village, if she was going to become a great leader one day. As a man named Iris spoke, so what happened to him? The new man just captured him. He escaped once more, said Onki. The man was about to say something when there was a knock on the door, a hard knock. As the envoy looked towards Oniki, as Oniki nodded, as a ninja burst in. The man was sweating and could barely say anything because of his short of breath. Oniki looked at the man and saw the look in the man's eyes were pure fear. He then heard screams. Suddenly there was a loud crash as two bodies were sent sailing right through the building side. Oniki's eyes went wide when he saw the two bodies. They were... what the hell? They were Han and Roshi, both of them in bad condition, unconscious. Oniki then heard the screaming intensify when he felt a strange aura around the area. Kurosaki started to shiver. She felt that same feeling went down her spine. They then saw the shadow. It was a bright sunny day, and the shadow, a large shadow, started to illuminate the village. Something was coming down. But guys, it'll be end this episode right here. If you want the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn the bell notifications to stay posted. But for now, I'm out of here. See you guys soon. Peace.